The battlefield had gone quiet in the strange way only war could manage. Smoke drifted across broken stone, and the red sun of the foreign world hung low over the horizon, staining everything the color of old embers. Human soldiers stood in scattered lines, exhausted, weapons lowered but not yet at rest. Across the plain, an alien army waited in perfect formation, tall figures wrapped in dark armor. Their silhouettes, sharp and still, dot at the center of the human line. Stood a single man named Alex Ward. He was not the highest-ranking officer. He was not the strongest or the loudest. He had simply been the one who refused to fall back when everyone else did. Alex's armor was cracked, his helmet gone, his face streaked with dust and dried blood that was not all his own. He breathed slowly, steadying himself, eyes fixed on the approaching figure who now walked alone from the alien ranks. She was taller than any human present, her posture straight and commanding. Silver-gray fur framed her face and ran down her arms, catching the dying light. Her eyes glowed amber, sharp and intelligent. The soldiers around Alex whispered her name with fear and awe. The Wolf Commander. She was known across several star systems as an unstoppable force. Worlds surrendered at the sound of her fleet entering orbit. Armies broke at the sight of her banners. To humans, she was the living symbol of an empire that had decided Earth was weak prey. Alex tightened his grip on his rifle, though he knew it was useless now. If she wanted him dead, he would already be gone. The Wolf Commander stopped a few steps away from him. The wind tugged at her cloak. The battlefield seemed to hold its breath. "You were the human who stood," she said, her voice deep, carrying easily across the open ground. Alex did not bow. He did not kneel. He met her gaze. "I did my job," he replied. A ripple passed through the alien army. Among them, standing without fear before their commander, was unheard of. The Wolf Commander tilted her head slightly, studying him like a puzzle that refused to solve itself. "Your kind was told to retreat," she said. "You were outnumbered. Your defenses were broken. Yet you remained." Alex shrugged weakly. "Someone had to slow you down." For a long moment, she said nothing. Then, to the shock of both armies, she laughed. It was not cruel. It was sharp, full of life. "On my world," she said, "we honor such defiance." She turned away from Alex and raised one clawed hand. Instantly, the alien army struck their weapons against the ground in perfect unison. The sound rolled like thunder. Human soldiers stiffened, expecting execution instead. The Wolf Commander spoke words that were translated instantly by devices carried on both sides. "Witness," she declared, her voice carrying across the plain. "I claim this human as my chosen bond." Alex blinked. The words barely made sense. The commander turned back to him, her amber eyes burning with certainty. "By the laws of my people," she continued, "the one who stands unbroken before the Alpha in battle is worthy of joining her. Before my army and my ancestors, I name him my husband." Silence crashed down harder than any explosion. Human soldiers stared in disbelief. Alien warriors stiffened, some lowering their heads in respect, others watching with open shock. Alex's mind struggled to catch up. "Husband." The word echoed uselessly in his head. "This has to be a mistake," he said quietly. The Wolf Commander stepped closer, lowering her voice so only he could hear. "There is no mistake," she said. "You fought not for conquest, but for those behind you. You faced death without submission. That is strength my people recognize." Alex swallowed. "You declared war on my world." "Yes," she said simply. "And you declared resistance." She straightened again and raised her voice once more. "Let it be known," she announced, "that the human forces are under my protection. Any who strike them now will answer to me." A murmur spread through the alien ranks. This was unprecedented. The human commander rushed forward, disbelief written across his face. But Alex raised a hand slightly, stopping him. The Wolf Commander extended a clawed hand toward Alex, palm open. "Come," she said. "Stand beside me." Every instinct screamed danger, yet Alex felt something else beneath it, a sense that refusing now would cost more lives than accepting. He placed his hand in hers. Her grip was firm, warm, and steady. The alien army dropped to one knee. From that moment on, the war changed. In the days that followed, the humans learned more about the wolf-like species than decades of intelligence ever had. The Wolf Commander, whose name was Kara, ruled not through fear alone, but through honor-bound law that was absolute to her people. Marriage, among her kind, was not about possession. It was a public vow of shared strengths and responsibility. By naming Alex her husband, she had bound herself to protect humanity as she would protect her own clan. Alex remained human. He did not suddenly gain power or authority among the aliens. What he gained was something far stranger. A voice when Kara spoke in council. Others listened because she never chose lightly. When Alex spoke, they listened because she had chosen him. Human diplomats watched in amazement as battle plans turned into negotiations. Fleets that had been hours from striking Earth received new orders to stand down. Still, not all were pleased. Within Kara's empire, there were those who believed her choice was weakness. A challenge was issued. Ancient and dangerous, a rival commander demanded the right to test the human. The challenge was not one of strength. but of endurance. Alex stood alone in a stone arena beneath a sky filled with alien banners. Kara watched from above, her expression unreadable. The trial lasted 3 days. Alex endured heat that blistered skin, cold that stole breath, and exhaustion that pushed him beyond what he thought possible. He fell more than once. Each time, he forced himself up, thinking not of glory, but of the people who would suffer if he failed. When he collapsed at the end, unable to stand, the rival commander sneered. "He is broken," the rival said. Kara descended into the arena. She knelt beside Alex, placing a hand over his heart. "He still lives," she said, "and that is enough." She turned to the watching masses. "This is why humans endure," she said. "They do not fight to prove dominance. They fight to protect." No one challenged her again. Over time, humans and wolves fought side by side against threats neither could face alone. Alex never led armies, but he walked among soldiers, human and alien alike, listening, speaking, reminding them why they stood. When asked how a single human had changed the course of a war, Kara answered simply, "He reminded us that strength without purpose is just destruction." And among the stars, the story spread, not of a man who conquered an empire, but of a human who stood his ground, and in doing so, made even the fiercest warriors of the galaxy pause, listen, and choose a different path. Humanity was no longer seen as weak, it was seen as unbreakable.